Hello, everyone. My name is Devin, and thank you for tuning to my channel, Devin's Mastermind. So, okay, y'all, here's what we're gonna get into today. As y'all know, Michigan beat Purdue 43-22. Georgia beat LSU 50-30. Kansas State beat TCU 31-28 in overtime. Tulane beat UCF, whatever the score. I forgot whatever the score that was, whatever it was. And who else played? It was one more, and Clemson beat UNC 39-10. So it was a lot of games that went on there. Some of them disappointed me. Some of them got my eye caught, and some of them I was happy with. So I just wanted to tell y'all, as y'all know, Michigan and TCU is playing, and Georgia and Ohio State is playing. Now that Georgia Ohio State matchup, I think is going to be a real good matchup to see. You got C.J. Stroud and the best offense going against the number one national defense. So I think them playing together, offense versus a defense like that, I think it will be a pretty good show to see. And if I'm Georgia, I got to be a little bit worried because I can see them beating Michigan and TCU. But what I don't really see them. Like this. It being all easy against Ohio State because Ohio State is a really good team, and even though they lost to Michigan, they want to prove that they want to be in the CFP, and hopefully they can prove it against Georgia. But if they don't, then we will know that Ohio State doesn't need to be in the CFP when they lose to Michigan 45-23. Okay, so next up, here's what we get into. Y'all know March Madness will be here in about 3 months. My early predictions, I got Texas, Purdue, Connecticut, Virginia, and Houston. I got those being my 5 teams. Well, 5 teams, but only 4 can make it to the Final Four. But those are my 5 teams that I have listed going to the Final Four. Okay. Next up, I want to say Charlie Jones and Tyjae Spears and whoever else I forgot to mention. I know y'all were supposed to be on my list, but y'all wasn't, and I'm sorry about that. But now I got y'all on my list. So next up, I want to get into the NFL seeming okay. Like I know the Chiefs lost to the Bengals. Now, we got to talk about Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow is a cool dude. That's all I got to say. Joe Burrow, yeah, he is one funny dude. That man just beat the Chiefs 3 times. Ain't nobody in the league can beat the Chiefs 3 times. Back to back to back. I mean, I'm just saying, Joe Burrow just got that magic in him. He got that magic in him. They should call him the Magic Man. Cause that dude, he just be willing that Bengals team to the possible. And the Bengals team, the crazy thing about it is Joe Burrow is gonna lead them to 2 straight playoff appearances. They ain't been into the playoffs since like 2015. That was the last time they went to the playoffs before before Joe Burrow took them to the playoffs after last year and this year. So either way, congratulations on the Bengals getting a good quarterback. I think Joe Burrow was worth the wait, even though I wanted to see the Bengals do so much damage to people. Instead, they were just one of the suckiest teams, just like the Cleveland Browns. Couldn't do nothing. They just couldn't do nothing. They were looking like 0-16. They were having the 0-16 parade party like the Cleveland Browns did. Because I remember when the Cleveland Browns went in 2017, that team was just garbage. You ain't seen nothing. I mean, you got the Lions. The Lions were the last 0-16 team to do that back in 2008. The Browns were the latest in 2017. But let me tell you something. Them two organizations, they should go ahead and just shut it down. Just tank the whole season. Just tank it. Get in a tank and tank it. You hear me? Tank your season. Tank the rest of your football career. Because you are not going to get a good football career being with the Browns or the Lions. Those are the two worst teams I have ever seen in my life. But either way, that's it for that. Next up, I want to get into NBA. We got to talk about the NBA. Me and Coach Scholes, he's one of my teachers. He's going to be my basketball coach next year. So either way, me and him were talking about Trae Young and Luka Doncic. Because y'all know Trae Young, and Luka Doncic, they both took their teams to their conference finals, even though they lost 4-1 or 4-2. They both played the same amount of seasons. They're both stars. They're both just everything. So either way, what I wanted to say is of course, they were traded for draft night. One was supposed to go to this team, and the one was supposed to go to this team. But instead, they switched it. Atlanta Hawks got Trae Young, Mavericks got Luka Doncic. But here's what I want to say about this. When you look at Luka Doncic, he can score 30 points a game. He's Luka Magic. He's very consistent, and you can build a team around him, like me and Coach Scholes said. You can do all those things. And he has good players like Spencer Dinwiddie. Who else? Spencer Dinwiddie. It was one more other player. The White Power, I think, or something. Nah, he probably gone, I heard. But either way, you can build a team around him. With the Hawks, you necessarily can't do that. Because Trae Young, John Collins, and Clint Capella, and DeJounte Murray, as I still see it, it still don't seem like a playoff roster to me. It don't seem like it. It just don't, because each year in and year out, we look at this team, we see them, and then when we see that they can only get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But the thing is, can you get to the Eastern Conference Finals twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times? Fortunately, the Hawks are not that kind of team to do that. They're the only team to make it one time, and then we won't hear from them until like 2099. I'm just throwing out a year. So all I want to say is, Luka Doncic is more consistent. Trae Young's not consistent. Like I said, Atlanta doesn't want to. Atlanta, they have the money. Because Atlanta, the population is crazy here. Y'all have the money. Y'all have the everything. It's just that y'all don't want to get them. And that's really getting on people's nerves. That's why I can see why Atlanta Falcons fans or Atlanta Hawks fans be like, "Oh no, I'm not a Falcons fan. Oh, I'm not a Hawks fan. I'm a Al Horford fan. I'm a Deion Sanders fan before I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan." I see why. Because it's just that year in and out, the Hawks and the Falcons can't do nothing. As y'all know, Desmond Ritter is supposed to be starting. That is good to see. Because Marcus Mariota is getting benched. So either way, that I think them putting the rookie in, I think that shows a lot of. I think he's matured enough to be a starter. Because when Desmond Ritter played for Cincinnati, Desmond Ritter was a bad dude. I mean, he won so many games there, and he could run. He's like one of those mobile black quarterbacks that can just run and also pass at the same time too. So I think this was a good chance seeing Desmond Ritter, because Marcus Mariota, it's like the throws. This is how he throws the ball. It's like, and it's always kind of like, it's below average. It's very below average. It's not nowhere near a C plus or a C. It's a F. It's to the 10s and 20s. That's what I would grade him in his throws. Is a 10 or a 20. Because he just ain't got it like he used to when he was at Oregon and when he was at Tennessee for his first 2 years. Now he's not even looking like a star quarterback no more that we were seeing at first with him. But I see why, because Tennessee chose to get rid of him. But here's what I don't get about the Falcons. Here's what I don't get about the Falcons. This man ain't played a snap in how many years? Not 1, not 2, but either 3 or 4. 3 years. It's been 3 years since he played the last snap in the NFL. And you ain't seen him do, and he ain't done nothing. He's been sitting out. So for the life of God to me, why in the heck would y'all get Marcus Mariota if this man ain't played a snap in 3 years? But that's the Falcons for you. They do dumb stuff. I swear to God, they do. I mean, I don't know what be going on. I don't know what be going through Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank head. I don't know what be going on through their heads. Oh, let's get Marcus Mariota. No team, get a quarterback from the draft or get a star quarterback. It's that simple. You either get a quarterback that's good, that's been playing in the league for a good amount of years, or you get one of these rookie quarterbacks that are wanting to go to teams. And it's their dream to go to the NFL. But the Falcons, do they think that way? No, they don't. They think the opposite way. That's why they've been sucking for all these years. That's why Who That Nation is the team. Okay, Mama, just because they suck. They might suck. But guess what? Who has rings? Who has a ring on their finger? Who has a ring on their finger? The Saints got a ring. The last time I checked, did the Falcons have a ring? No, they don't. So obviously, no, they don't have a ring. So you can't really put them in a great category because do you have a ring? No. They got 0. O to the 0 to the 0. I know my mom's so mad at me now, but she'll forgive me later. She'll see. She'll realize that she's been hanging out with the wrong team for the past 18 years.
I'm a diehard Falcons fan until I die.
She's right. I tell y'all, she's hanging out with the wrong team. Don't lose your. What was I about to say? I was about to say, don't lose your knowledge, because don't lose your brain. That's what I was about to say. Don't lose your brain. You better keep your brain while you have it. Question: what would you like?
Yes, Dan's Mastermind. But weren't you on their side for a little bit at the beginning of the season?
I don't care about that. I don't care about if the Falcons is my team on the beginning of the season. It matters what they're doing right now. And they ain't doing them right now. They're sitting at 5-8. Yeah, the Saints may be sitting at 4-8. But what I gotta say, at least they can have that ring. The Falcons ain't got nothing. They ain't put nothing on the ring finger. Nothing. The Saints, we got all that. It's the reason why we call Who That Nation. Because we the stuff. This is where legends come to. And the reason why Tampa Bay, I don't want to even hear about them, because if they didn't have Tom Brady, they wouldn't be this good. The only reason why they went to that Super Bowl and did all this is because they got Tom Brady. Otherwise than that, would y'all have done something? No, y'all would have not. What's your question?
Oh, I just have one more quick question. How do you feel about Deion Sanders going to Colorado?
Oh, Deion Sanders going to Colorado. Oh, I think Primetime, that was a good hire. I think that was a good hire because Deion Sanders is like the god. He's like the god of football. It's just something about when he does his dance where he goes and do all that and just jump into the end zone and to return punt returns. It's just something about him that you can't get with. So that you can't do in your life, probably. And that you never probably will ever do in your life if you're a good player at football. But like I said, Deion Sanders at Colorado, That was a good hire. I like that hire. I think I think that was the right move for Colorado. And now as I look at it, I'm going for Colorado now. That's that's my team now. I'm going for Colorado. I want to see them do good. I want to see them strive with the new coach, Deion Sanders, Mr. Primetime. And Deion Sanders, let me tell you something. He built that Jackson State team to something. He built that team to something. Because look at that team. That Jackson State team won the two SWAC SWAC titles. And boy did they dominate. So yeah, I think so Deion Sanders, I hope the best for you. I hope you do good. Hopefully you don't get fired there. You know how these teams are, these people are, they'll fire you nowadays so quick. You like and won't give you no say so at all. Well, either way, and last of all I wanted to get into, as y'all know, I got these football cards. This is a football card. This is who is this? This is Chris Callaway. I got Chris Callaway. I got Charles Mann. I got Adrian Cooper. I got Kurt Loudermilk. I got this is whatever card this is. I got Mike Singletary. I know him. I got Vance Johnson. I got Mark Murphy. I got Mike Hill Horan. I got Tony Bennett. I got Rich Camarillo. I got Seth Joyner. I got Bobby Humphrey. I got Kirby Jackson. I got Felix Wright. And last but not least, I got Willie Harris. And so those are about some good names that I heard that I've never heard of before. So either way, if y'all want to look them up, then whatever, and talk about them, and maybe I can talk about them on my show, talk more about them on my show when I have more info about them, which I do. But I don't want to speak on that to now because it's nighttime and I need to do my night stuff so I can get in bed because I be tired. And yeah, that's about it. And there was one more thing I wanted to touch on. I think the Celtics got what it takes to win the NBA championship because the Celtics, that team is just goes crazy. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I understand last year they didn't win with the Warriors against the Warriors, but I think they have what it takes now. Besides, the Warriors not really doing too good anyhow. Last time I checked, they were like 13-14, 13-13. So, and the Celtics are like 20-6. So, yeah, I was just wanting to say, yeah, I think the Celtics got what it takes to win the title. And in the West, it's still too early, but I still think the Suns are the favorite. I don't think the Clippers are the favorite. I think because I know Stephen A. said he thinks the Clippers are the favorite if they have Kawhi. But as I look at it, I don't really see them having, even if they are having Kawhi or having faith in them and they still win, I still don't see it. I just still see the Suns. I see the Pelicans. I still see the Mavericks, even though their record is the same like the Hawks. But I still somewhat seeing them. And then I think the Utah Jazz could do a little something, make a little deep postseason run. So yeah, it's a lot to look up there. Either way, I wanted to say thank y'all for having me. I always thank you for subscribing to my channel. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, add a comment, hit the notification button, and you'll get all kinds of whatever it is. I don't know. I'm tired, y'all. I need to go take my medicine and go back to bed. But either way, I wanted to say thank y'all, love y'all, I miss y'all, and goodbye.